we're on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a lot of seats.
Yeah.
I opened up for this guy, Henry Sir, Canadian comic, at his breakout artist series.
Uh-huh.
And there was maybe like 30, 40 people in the audience.
And
but I think that's
no
I think that's considered kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of considered a failure.
Well, I was more
Sorry, Henry.
I was more referencing I just remembered all the movie stuff. We were going to do whatever. I just remembered
We can still do it.
Yeah. Well, I have to pull it up. I just felt more was referencing more like your network, like the baby shower, like that kind of network you would have to like potentially lean on. That's what I was saying. Like, the
people that come to baby shower.
Yes. Like,
but I lean on that every Tuesday and still there's some nights where only 6 people show up.
Yeah. No, I don't know if that's going to get done.
And that's only a $5 ticket, sometimes free.
Yeah.
This, I'm assuming it's going to be like you have to sell $20 tickets and it's going to be 2 drink minimum.
Yeah. You don't think you could get like 30, 40 people there?
I don't know.
You don't know, but like,
I could probably get 30, 40 people. I'd be confident in getting 30, 40 people.
Yeah.
There'd be people that would come out. But
yeah, I think so.
It would just be it's a big weight. You know what I mean?
To do it.
Yeah.
I'm not too yeah, I agree with you. You have to like,
part of me would want to do my style, my Chappelle style, what I told you, but have like killer people, like a lot of first like headline gigs, they'll get like people that are below them.
Yeah, this would be a good idea.
Or like friends, and it's not that great of a it's like 3 me's and then like another me.
Yeah, go up.
I would go up. I'd be like, Tim Dillon, you want to do 10 minutes? On my breakout artist series.
Yeah, get Mark Normand. Go real up.
Can you imagine how sick that would be?
You could probably get a cut, and then they'll help you sell tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. That would be really amusing.
And I'm like, Norman, I'll pay you $100.
Right.
To do 10 minutes on my show. But then I have to follow Norman, Gillett, all these people.
Yep. I'm sure they'd do it. It's a club. They'd be like, hey, it's a club spot.
Yeah, they would do it.
There's a couple guys who would definitely
But do you think that the social etiquette of like them opening up for me would like throw them off? I'd be like, listen, dude, it's not like that, Like I'm essentially asking Norm. What I would have to phrase it, I'm like, it's just a spot. It's fine.
Yeah, just be like, it's time.
It's time. I'm not in any way trying to indicate that I'm better than you.
No.
Let's not get it twisted, Norman.
Yeah.
Bragazzi.
Mate, but you are technically, you will be on for me.
Right. Your name will be in smaller font than mine.
Oh, that would be sick.
That would be funny. Maybe I'll do it.
That would be the best part of it, is if like you're in the headlights, like Tobin.
Yeah.
Breakout, showcase, whatever. And then the small names down here are like Shane, Gillis, Mark, Norman. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just do like new jokes for the 20 minutes. I'm like, bring out my notebook.
Well, that sounds like it went pretty well then. There was follow-up. Follow-up's good. General follow-up.
Yeah.
From the event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people, other comics now know that I'm a comic to watch.
Right.
Which doesn't mean anything, but it's like,
yep.
It doesn't mean I'm any better or worse than any of them. It's just more like, oh, this guy got recognized for something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. They see you. Credit. That's a credit, right? That's a credit.
Yeah. It's like the lowest level credit.
Nice. What other credits do you got on there? Do you do other ones with maybe the commercial?
Like if someone was like,
Doc-
what are your credits? I have credits that you could reach and kind of like
Because mine are weird.
justify
too,
like my I guess like the one that Hoboken Comedy Festival.
Okay, I do Fifth Borough a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's not really a credit. It's like if
Fifth
you
Borough, I
need
love you.
it's like if you need something, you can say Hoboken Comedy Festival if you need it. But then if they but then if they don't like that,
Broadway, I've brought
yeah, so stuff like that. But like if they want if it's like a killer lineup and stuff like that, I'll say like I'll just list some networks that my commercial was on. I won't tell them it's from a commercial.
That's legendary.
I'll just say like ESPN Comedy Central.
Seen on.
Yeah, seen on ESPN Comedy Central.
What do you think about listing your bar show? I thought about this one time, and I was like, if someone asked me for credits, I was like, you know, you could say like, you see me, you know, Chip Cup convenience. You don't do that.
And no offense to you,
but I'm about to say something very offensive.
This is something that this is an opinion I've had for a while.
Yeah. And this is a huge note.
A couple things. There's two big points about this. A credit is supposed to get the person excited about seeing the person.
Right. Okay.
Oh, this person's been on. Oh, it's a writer for the Daily Show. This is cool. This is cool that we're seeing this person.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this. You know.
Are they never for? Just let me ask you. Are they never for like follow up? Like.
So here.
Yeah.
Now I have two additional points. One, the comedy to address your follow up point. Something like a podcast, unless it's like a killer podcast,
right?
Unless it's like Tim Dillon's podcast, something like that. Where they would understand, or you've seen him on the Joe Rogan Experience. That's a credit.
Yeah, really,
but saying you've seen him on Baby Shower Comedy Podcast, that doesn't satisfy the requirement of getting them excited about it,
right? Because
they don't know, and then B, something like that, or a comedy show that you run, I think should be saved for the end, the outro from the host.
Oh, okay.
Because they're not even going to remember your podcast.
Right.
Saying you're on a podcast, you want them to download the podcast. You want them to come to your show, right?
Yeah.
So that should be done at the end of the set and say, yo, if you liked him, he's got a sick podcast.
Oh, okay.
Baby Shark Comedy. He's got an awesome show at the Chipped Cup that's really sweet.
Yeah. Got it.
That should be saved for the end.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. My third opinion.
That's a good take, yeah.
The last
clearly
point.
Thought about it, yeah.
The last point is I don't think plugging a bar show at someone else's bar show or anyone else's show is good etiquette, because you're essentially trying to extract their audience from them.
Yeah, because it's
a competitor.
Yeah.
Because audience members, it's not like they go to comedy shows every night, every week. They go to maybe one a month at most, right?
Right. So
if you're like, come to my Chipped Cup show instead of Tobin's loser baby shower show, like it's kind of like, you know.
What about like when it's like a club though? Like, and they're at a club, won't they say other clubs? Like you've seen them.
No.
Really? Like, do you go to like?
You go to the stand there, like you've seen them at Broadway Comedy Club or
no,
even Cellar.
Yeah, you won't see that.
No.
What do they? Wow, I guess they do always just say like TV networks or like late night appearances. Yeah, I guess that's right.
I mean, it's possible. I don't go to Broadway, but it's possible that someone at like Broadway, but like it's just referencing the competitor. It's like if you're a Broadway Comedy Club and you've seen him at Comedy Cellar, then that means why if that's the credit, why am I here? Why am I not the Comedy Cellar? If that's where the big guy, you know.
Got it. Right. Your point, which is great, is like the credit. Right. The credit should be like why seeing this person right here, right now is advantageous to you.
Right.
Make your case.
It's giving juice to someone that no one's going to recognize the name.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy's a writer for a show. This guy did this thing.
Right.
You might like.
There's a reason why Dave Chappelle, when he goes on stage, the person doesn't give him credits.
Yeah.
Everyone's already hyped to see Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
there's no need. Funny. There's no need to say you've seen him on Comedy Central, Netflix.
That's what
he's got 5 specials. They're already pumped for him. They don't need to get juiced up.
You know him from
Chappelle's show. Chappelle Show's Block Party. Dave Chappelle's episode on comedians in cars.
Half Baked.
Dave Chappelle's Letterman. They just keep saying his name within each title.
Half Baked. He's been on every late night.
Yeah.
Most late nights. Okay. What else, Dave? I think there's probably like midnight podcast.
Yeah. Midnight Miracle.
Midnight Miracle. You've seen him on. That's pretty sweet.
But yeah. So yeah.
And you've been running that show for a while now. So you have a good idea too of like how people are responding. Do you think people respond to credits?
If they're good credits, yeah. Writer on Marvelous, writer on The Daily Show. If they're household names. But once again, there was one comic that gave me, she said, like, you could say Colbert and my podcast XYZ, right?
Yeah.
And I looked at him or her, I was like, I forget who it was, but like I looked at her, I was like, how about I say Colbert up top and then I'll tell them to listen to your podcast after?
Yeah.
And she's like, perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you like that person, listen to their podcast.
Right.
And because they like her, they'll write down the podcast name or something like that. But the credit should be good. Like New York's comics to watch. That kind of sounds sexy.
Yeah.
He was New York's 2021 comic to watch.
Right. Like some Forbes list.
Something like that. But like
Hot 30 under 30.
Some people wouldn't even ask me for a credit.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "Oh, he's got a 6 show called Baby Shower." And now I have to like explain. Now they're all confused. Now they're like, "Baby Shower? That's weird." Like,
yeah. That's
and now in their head, they're like, "Why is it called Baby Shower? That's weird."
Yeah, it's stuff like that. That's been happening to me at Chip Cup because Colin will go, "We do a podcast together." Like every time, it's how he brings it up. Give it up, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about the podcast right now. I'm going into the middle of the set. Yeah.
The point of a credit is, is to get the audience pumped up.
Yeah, it's a funny question because like if you don't have a ton of credits, like I don't have a ton of credits, like what's like your move? Like
I would what I usually tell them up till now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I may do your move when there's bird dogs.
Yeah, you could do that. But one time
you can do that.
But one time,
use that. It's mine.
One time I did that. I did that one time. When I was on the road, I was just saying Comedy Central because my commercial was on Comedy Central.
Yeah, and you had a nice, juicy national spot. And
one time, someone was like, "Oh, what'd you do for me? You're like a writer on a show or something like that." Oh, no. And now that was the only time I've like flat out lied. I look at them, I go, some like shorts and stuff, some like online videos type stuff. Because I couldn't say a commercial that kind of aired on Comedy Central.
Yeah. Because that guy at that moment would then either have loved you forever or been like, I'm not fucking with this guy.
I'm not,
He's helpless.
It would have been terrible.
There's only one of two ways that goes. Because if that's me, I'm like, this guy's a legend.
Yeah.
He's been going around, pawning off, and it's great which channel you chose.
Yeah.
Comedy set, right? Like you, because you just ESPN. There's probably other ones.
Yeah. 8 Fox. No, but what I used to do is I would say you could say whatever you want, but if you need one, Hoboken Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
I'm essentially acknowledging to the comedian, I know this isn't a good credit.
Yeah.
But if you want to say something.
Yeah, because sometimes what I've noticed is it's more for like if they want to put it on a flyer or something.
Right.
Then it's like, okay, I actually need to write something under your name.
Right.
That can't be like you've seen them all around New York. Like,
yeah.
Dude,
so in small letters, so it fits the frame that they need to put it in. Everyone else is like big letters, like Comedy Central, Netflix, and then yours is really small font. He plays all over the city. And he's a good friend of the show.
Yo. I'm getting someone to do that soon. That is so funny.
But
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
in like italics. It's like a quote.
What is someone?
You've seen him perform all over the city. He's a great friend of the show.
Who did I see?
That's mad funny, yo.
But it's also the job of the host to juice up. Like most hosts just go, you see him on Netflix, give it up for whatever, you know.
Yeah, and it's also your job as the comic to not suck.
Right, but you got to juice it up. You about you've seen him on Netflix, sweet, you know, like you got to like juice it up. If it's Hoboken Comedy Festival,
Jesus,
yo, this guy just played.
Never get on Hoboken Comedy Festival after this.
This guy just played the Hoboken Comedy Festival, one of the best festivals in the country. He just played the Hoboken Comedy Festival. He crushed it. Give it up for Tobin
nice.
Miller.
That was good. Yeah, you're juicing.
You got the Hoboken Comedy. That's why you got to juice up even more. But
Yeah.
some people just graze over it and don't give any significance to it. If you graze over the credits, the audience also doesn't register it. He's just trying to get this out. Who knows what he even said? You know what I mean?
Graze over the. I remember one time I was hosting your show. I couldn't remember what comedy something. And like when I was trying to do the comedy guys, the guy's credit.
It was Comedy Central, right?
Yeah, and you made it fun of me. You go like comedy on time or something. I was gonna say.
Yeah, you were going. You've seen him on comedy. And then you brain farted on Comedy Central, which is the only comedy channel that comics are concerned about.
Yeah. And then you were made up one called Comedy on Time.
Comedy on Time.
Like if I just couldn't remember it.
Yeah.
You've seen him on Comedy
TV.
Comedy on Time TV. Stevie, yeah. Dude, that's yeah, you can't graze. If you graze, they won't be pumped. You gotta go, all right, everybody. This next comedian just signed the deal for HBO Max.
Boom.
10 shows. 260 million. Well, you probably shouldn't lie.
260 million. He did not choose me as a writer, which I'm a little pissed about, but it's going to be a good show.
It's going to be a great show.
This guy just sold a pilot that won't go to air.
If you just do people's credits, but like talk about how they didn't use you, that's funny.
Yeah.
This guy has a show on Netflix. He never reached out to me to write or anything for it, but apparently it's still a go.
Yeah.
I still love him. I wish he would have called. I mean, next time, maybe we'll work together.
Yeah.
Give it up.
I did a funny thing for Sam Evans. I asked him what credit he wanted.
Yeah.
He goes, you could say whatever, you know?
I'll say that a lot.
Yeah, but I had already, there's only so many times when you can, at that point, you might as well just rattle off names of comics, right?
Yeah.
All right, here's Matt Hardy. Instead of doing, you can't say he's a good friend of the show 20 to all 6 comics.
Yeah.
So I looked up his, they start being like, why does he keep saying that? It's obvious that he plays all over the city and is a friend of the show. These are all obvious remarks.
He lives in Harlem.
Yeah. So I looked up his website and it was like 2011 Cincinnati's funniest.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I used that as a credit, and he didn't know until I called him up, and he like loved it. It loosened, you know, when you throw something like that out there,
that's funny.
It loosens them up, you know, where it's like kind of
credit.
It's a credit, but also it's like something that they haven't even thought about in 10 years, you know. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot that I was. But I might start messing with people, like bringing them up and stuff like that. I might start reinventing my hosting set.
That's nice. I've been trying to think about a way maybe to be brought up. We talked about this once or twice and be like, make a joke out of that right away.
Yeah.
With the guy, like figure more. Cause I have a couple jokes like that, but maybe in the bringing up of me.
Right. The host needs to be like this.
1 or 2 times, like you had an idea. You were like, maybe you could be like, hey, this is his first time doing comedy.
Right.
Which is really funny.
Exactly.
It's like right in line. Yeah.
And then you go up and empty your pockets.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is what this guy's doing?
Yeah, so I might give that a run, honestly, in the next one. Yeah.
You need to, because it introduces your character. Then there's no time wasted up top introducing your act.
Yep. And they may even get a little bit of an immediate bit.
Yeah.
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 But you said you're gonna fuck with them.
For comics to watch. Josh Gondelman was hosting Seller Comic. Very funny, good writer too. He goes, Tobin, what do you want me to say? What are your credits?
Oh, this is funny. You're gonna use the thing.
Yeah, I looked at him. I go, just say I'm 2021's comic to watch.
No way. Did he do that?
Yeah. He laughed at it.
Legend.
He laughed at it. He goes, all right, cool.
Did that get a laugh?
That got a laugh.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
It got like a little, it wasn't like a resounding laugh, but it got a laugh. And even if it doesn't get a laugh,
that should get a laugh. People
might even just take it as kind of like an introduction to the show.
Yes.
This guy's a comic to watch. Well, welcome to the show. Your first comic is a comic to watch. And I did my thing that I do like on some shows where like I walked on stage.
Yeah.
And before even touching the mic, I just go,
oh, to get people to, yeah. That's a great, I love that.
With a big smile.
Yeah. That's a great move to get people hype.
Yeah.
Because it's a bizarre thing to see, but that's fun at a comedy show.
Yeah.
This guy's trying to get us hype. Well, I guess it's a comedy show, but like also it's not a concert.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I especially like it because like I'm not anyone like I'm not Chappelle, Seinfeld. Like me being revealed on stage shouldn't like going like this is kind of like I'm here.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. That's right. It's also funny if the guy's like, this next comic, you've seen him on, well, I guess you'll see him now on Caroline's Comics to Watch. Like your credit actually hasn't fully happened yet.
Right.
But it has in a way. The show's started.
He's been selected.
Yes. Your next comic was selected for Caroline. The show you're... I once did this. This was a fun bit. I barked for the show I was actually in the middle of a set on. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, to the like, you should come. They saw me outside barking, so then I barked in the middle of my set. Like, you should come see this show, you know?
That was good.
Yeah, he's pretty, it'll be good. I mean, I don't really know. Well, you're kind of watching it now, you know? I'm like, come. Trust me. It's literally happening in front of you, yeah.
Oh, man.
So now you're like, you're going to go.
Now the pressure's on now.
But now you're going to go, all right, comics.
It was funny. I went to go hang at a show.
Yeah.
And Schwartz was on the show.
Yeah.
And he started introducing me to everyone that I didn't know. He was like, comic to watch. He was on Comics to Watch.
That's a very Schwartz.
And I would like kind of appreciate it. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I guess, you know.
That's where Schwartz is smart.
Yeah. Well, sometimes he does it to the detriment. I don't know if we've
talked about Schwartz in a long time.
Sometimes it's to the detriment of himself because he introduces and pumps up so many comics that like
you know it doesn't mean anything.
There's no weight to it.
It's a boy who cried wolf.
Yes, it totally is. Dude, it was so fun. I didn't tell you this part.
This is Matt Hardy. You seen him on Muscle Fest?
So the stand, Muscle. That should be your credit, Muscle Fest.
Well, it was like almost. That's what I did at the Fifth Borough this year. I was like, all right.
It shouldn't be Fifth Borough Festival. It should go Muscle Fest.
I almost sent Lily.
And then you could have a bit about muscle. Like
I almost sent it Muscle Fest. I almost sent. Maybe that's what I'll do now.
Start doing Muscle Fest. But Schwartz, speaking of Schwartz, at the Comics to Watch showcase, the stand was packed, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in that kind of wing watching Gondelman.
Yeah.
And I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm like pretty fucking like I usually don't get nervous. I actually don't get nervous before shows unless stuff like this.
Nervous. Yeah.
Like comics. So Schwartz is standing right next to me.
Yeah.
And some comics are coming up to me and like give me, and I'm like trying to watch Gondelman's set so that I know what's going on. And Schwartz is talking to me, and then he looks at me. He goes, "Have you met whoever?" He goes, "Let me introduce you to what." And I look at him. I go, "Dude, you need to shut the fuck up and leave me alone. Don't talk to me." And he
This
kind of
is
started
so-
laughing. I
Yeah.
go, no. I'm being serious.
Yeah, I'm on.
I'll
in
talk to you in 20 minutes.
3.
Yeah.
I'm on in 30 seconds. One time Schwartz
I need to
did,
focus.
when Schwartz did that to me at it was like a Staten Island mic. It wasn't a show, but I was like standing to the side and I was like about to go on and we were like catching up and they called my name and he was still talking to me. I was like, go on, like Schwartz said, that was me. He goes, oh, dude, bro, sick. You're going up? Dude, we'll catch up. And I'm like, Schwartz, no, they already called me. You're still talking to me. It's legendary.
You should have brought Schwartz up on stage and just resumed your conversation.
Now that's comedy. Now that's comedy. You just bring up Schwartz and just resume talking to him. Dude, so you told him to shut... I would...
I
in
told him
that
to shut the
scenario,
fuck up.
I would probably be like, yo, player,
Yeah.
I don't want to actually... Like, what if Gondelman says something right before he brings you up or something happens and you go up and you just completely don't know that happened?
Yeah. 100%.
You told him to shut
I told him to shut up. And then there was another comic that came up to me. He's like, yo, you're going to do... I go, enough. I got to watch. And that other comic, like, kind of got a little upset. He's like, what? Go fuck yourself, you know?
Comics have this weird, like, pride thing around this.
I think they were trying to fuck...
What? You're not
I
ready?
think they were trying to fuck with me.
Yeah, you're not ready? What? Oh. I can't talk to you seconds before you're set? No.
Yeah.
No, I can't talk. Like, give me relax. Yeah. Yeah, they're probably trying to fuck with you a little bit. I had a couple people I had one Krause hit me up to go see you perform.
He was there.
Yeah. He goes, dude, you want to go see Miller? 10 p.m.? I'm like, look at Miller. I'm getting hit up to go check out Miller. That's a killer text.
You're like, I think I've seen his jokes. Like, I think I've seen him enough to where I know what he's going to do.
I was like, I want to go. I was like, that was a bummer.
I'll tell you what, I was
Yeah,
really trying to pull out all the stops at that show, smiling, doing,
Yup.
scanning the crowd, all
You
that
got to like put
bullshit.
it all together in those.
You got to really
moments.
perform it.
Yeah. Performance, man. That's my favorite thing about it's like the art of performance.
Yeah.
Like what does that look like? There's a lot of different tools that go into that.
Yeah. So it was good. And now, you know, I'm back at Cellar 77 mics.
Yeah. How was that today?
It was actually pretty
almost-
it was
yeah.
actually pretty good. It sucked bad for a while. Like no
Yeah.
one was getting any laughs.
Yeah.
And then like some guy, you know,
Then it finally loosened up.
someone
Yeah.
good went up.
That's nice.
But it was only like 6-7 people.
Oh,
But,
that's light.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fucking light. Yeah, when you were like, let's move, when you were like, I'm doing it 6:30, I was like, oh, maybe I'll go to this.
I got to get up once a day.
Yeah.
At least 6. I need to get up at least 6 days a week. Every now and then I'll have a week where like I take off a Sunday or something like that or a Saturday
Yeah.
and I do like kind of a me thing, but like I gotta write an hour every day of jokes and I need to get up every day at least once or twice.
Yeah, well, you're also like, you're not like you're doing a
Right.
push, you know, which is great. Yeah. Like you have the time. I did a bunch of writing today.
Yeah.
Comedy writing. I've been doing a new thing that I enjoy, which is like I watch the set, like game tape,
Yeah.
and then I rehearse like and write what I almost like feel like I could say or should have said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goldman, you read Goldman tips? Goldman's like a big believer that if you watch your set, you'll even think, you'll kind of remove yourself from your set and also think about other tags, other ways to go and
Like
stuff like that.
Yeah. Because now I'm doing it every day. So like, and I've been doing that for like a month or so. Plus.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this exercise of like fucking around, like, in writing out like just like what I think I could do if I was just like doing it different.
Right.
Has been
In the stone paper.
in the stone. Yeah, notebook. Stone. That's what I did, dude. That's great.
You broke it open?
Yeah. And I wrote Proactive Comedy Notebook from Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Started watching game tape. Because what I was doing for a while was like getting down parts that I know don't shift really.
Right.
you know, because there's a lot that shifts, but there's stuff that doesn't shift
Right.
for the most part. So like and so that's what I was like getting exactly down like that, like what it looks like.
Yeah.
But that's good. Yeah. Like weekly, daily movement.
Yeah. And I'm also, I mean, I don't know. I really kind of want to throw away my tight 10
Yeah.
for at least like a year, unless something big comes up. Like
Yeah,
I need to
that's
force
interesting.
myself to get out and do new stuff.
Right.
I need to develop the next 10, 20, 30, you know,
Yeah, I love that's like
because it's a
I've been
crutch.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
At times, yeah. It's the Bill Hicks, right? Like you fall back on the act.
Yeah. But not even that, just like old act.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like these people, like you hear Bill Burr talk about and all these guys where they're like back in the old days before TV, internet, all that stuff, people would do the same hour
Yeah.
for 20 years. They would just tour around, do the same hour.
Yeah, yeah.
And they didn't get any, they never got funnier because they never bomb, you know.
Yeah.
You get funnier by bombing.
Facts.
This is really inside baseball episode. This is just going to be for Schwartz.
Yeah. We've kind of kept it somewhat general.
Yeah.
Um
Do you have your phone?
But I've been doing on just to finish on the what's been great is for the convenience shows in Harlem, Ship Cup shows, I've been able for probably, you know, half of them, maybe more, like just drop most of what I do and just like fuck around.
Riff, yeah.
Yeah. Crowd work, all these and so like do like some find something and go on it for a while.
Yeah.
You know, like though that's so important that like sometimes, yeah, if I'm like been doing the act for a while, I'll like start to like get like itchy. I'll be like, okay, I need to like go and just like go up.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, did you get your phone for the movies?
Yeah, so should I just grab it?
Yeah, right. Or do you have it in your head?
You know, I was talking yesterday about it with Cal for a while. I showed him the list. So like I do have some of it, but like I made a real long,
Just get your phone.
Yeah,
get your
longer
phone.
list. Hold on.
So we got one of our frequent listeners. This is good that we saved it for like 30 minutes in to force everyone to listen to it.
Yeah.
But one of our listeners, Johnny Bananas, he sent in a question. He goes, "What are your top 5? What's your top film of each of the past 5 years?" And Hardy misinterpreted that to say, "What are your top 5 films for each of the past 5-year periods?" Right?
Yes.
Or 10-year periods, whatever.
5-year periods. I thought he was saying in the past 15
They
years.
they can't hear you.
I thought he was saying.
Make sure not to step on the cord for the phone.
Hold on, let me get this.
Just sit down and get it. But I'm also going to force Hardy to pick one film. Yeah, I think he's got 5 for each of these 5-year periods.
I have more than
Yeah,
five.
all right.
But I get it. I'm going to we did this with Top Gun. I'm going to choose a movie.
All right. Hold on. What do you think would be better? Do you think it would be better to list
I think we should
to say your favorite movie for the early decade, and then we can like kind of, and then you can give us some honorable mentions?
I think people
Because
might tune out.
it could be 30 hours talking about these movies, you know.
So I think
like
we'll
we gotta
be
have some pace.
Oh Christ! I think we'll be expedient. I almost messed it up. We'll be expedient about the
You
list.
erase it all. That phone has no back button. If you erase it all,
We'll be expedient about the list, but we'll keep the favorite as maybe a reveal, so that people are in. Like if I start out
Should we
with
do-
the favorite,
should we
hold
do?
on.
Here's what we
This
should
isn't
do.
working just yet. Yeah.
So like, let's say we have a 5-year period, right?
Yeah.
You'll give me the top 5 movies, and I'll guess which one the top one is. It'll kind of like be an Oscar revelation.
Okay, you'll guess.
I'll guess, and then you tell us which one is the best.
Okay.
And then we could talk about each film for like 5 minutes.
Okay, well, hold on, because this is still not working thus far. Because I can't really scroll down.
Hardy gives me shit about trying to get like the projector on the podcast, and he's got some flip phone. He can't even get a list up.
My tech is
Did you get a computer for the
so
editing and shit, or
bad
no?
At this point, no, I have to get one.
Are you gonna still edit it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
There was some progression made.
Oh, I saw.
Yeah. Did you like my story?
Yeah, I just saw the pictures and I go, oh, Hardy.
Yeah. Yeah, this won't scroll down. I don't know. Maybe I can zoom out. Here we go. Maybe this will do it.
Zooming out. Anyways, peeps, just a little announcement.
Yeah, talk.
I'm opening up for Sam Morrill on December 28th. No, I'm kidding.
That would be sweet. Come on, baby.
He goes, give me the worst comic to watch.
Got it.
You got it? All right, boom.
So, do you want me to start?
Dum, dum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum, ba-da-bum. Welcome to Matt Hardy's top movie selections.
For the past 15 years.
For the past 100 years.
In 5-year increments. Bum ba-da-bum,
Bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum.
Dum bum. Okay, so 2004 to 2009. That's my
and this
first
is the
chunk.
Is this the lowest chunk?
Yes.
This is the all right, cool.
Okay.
The
Now,
earliest.
shall I go through I'm just going to list all my contenders real quick.
Yeah, do you think that's a good way?
I think so.
You know?
Yeah. Michael Clayton. Oh, that was good.
The Pelican Brief.
Yeah, I know. These are my favorite, right?
I got you. Yeah, these are your
all right,
favorites.
I think.
All right, Michael Clayton.
Hitch.
Hitch.
Yeah. Will Smith.
Will Smith. All right.
Yeah. The Dark Knight. Inglourious Bastards. Up in the Air. Batman.
Up in the Air?
Yeah.
Is that up?
George Clooney.
All right.
Yeah, not up. A good question.
The one where he's stuck in the terminal?
Yeah. No, he's like.
Is that Terminal?
That's Tom Hanks in the
Tom
Terminal.
Hanks. Who is this?
This is where he's flying around. He's like he got all the frequent flyer miles.
Okay.
He's like Anna Kendrick's in it. You may not have seen it.
Okay.
Batman Begins, Wedding Crashers, Children of Men, Man on Fire, Garden State, Music and Lyrics, Anchorman, Superbad, The Aviator, and There Will Be Blood. That's my.
This is your 2004 to 2009.
Yeah, these are the top.
I'm gonna guess. I have my selection of which I think is the top.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one. I don't think it's going to be a comedy.
Oh, okay.
Is it gonna? All right, don't hold it.
Yeah.
One, I don't think it's going to be a comedy. Two, I have my selection, which I think will be your favorite movie.
Yeah.
And I think it will for 2 reasons. And I think it's going to be There Will Be Blood. And I think just because I think that's the best movie on the list in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's a movie that you would like, and also, I think the way you read it,
Right.
makes me believe that you read
Right.
bottom up.
Right. Yeah. Oh, okay. No, it's
Like
not
just
like that.
logistically, you
get-
didn't mix it in the middle.
No, so the way I did this, just so you know, is I listed them out and then I just bolded
You bold. All right.
what my favorite was.
All right. So don't even give us a top 5 now. Now that we know all your, just give us
Okay.
the one.
Oh, don't even give you the top 5?
Yeah, because we already know that these are all top movies. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Let me ask you a question. Can you eliminate There Will Be Blood from the top 5?
Yes.
All right. Now give us the top 5, and then I'll guess again.
Okay, so in my top, and I guess I have a top 6, but yeah, this is me, like I can't.
Top 6.
My top 6 is Michael Clayton, Hitch, The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Wedding Crashers, and Anchorman.
Which are
Those are my
half of those are
favorites.
comedies.
Yeah, those are my because I was thinking favorites. Again, I'm going in favorites. I'm not going in like, do I think this is like the bet? Like, yeah, just favorites.
Is it?
And now
it's got to be Michael Clayton.
Yeah, that's
your favorite.
That's my favorite.
Right.
That's my favorite. Which is kind of wild, but it's definitely like, if I'm really being honest about it, like I've seen the movie maybe 40 times. I own the DVD. Like, that's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Of the period. But it's good guess.
Anchorman, Superbad. Was Superbad in the top 6?
I think Wedding Crashers is better.
Yeah.
Or I like it more than even though Superbad, and this is,
I think Superbad might be my favorite comedy of all time. Probably.
And this is a very common opinion. I think, and I don't disagree. Again, I don't disagree with that at all. Like, if you made I would be like, that's why it's on the list.
Just because it's like especially the time it came out, where I was going,
right.
It came out, I'm pretty sure, when I was in high school.
Yep.
So it was just relevant, But Michael
Jonah Hill,
and then
classic.
Both Batmans are in your top 6.
I know.
Both of them.
It's kind of wild. Like, Begins is one of the greatest,
and that's the first one.
Yeah, that's the first Nolan Batman
with
the origin story.
Yeah,
it was like a new whole. Yeah, it was genre defining to really go back and do an origin story like that. The Dark Knight is the better film technically. It's the crime film. It's the Heath Ledger. Right. But for my money, Ra's al Ghul, seeing Batman rise to power, like Nolan's first attempt at the move, like it was Batman Begins has more of the fanfare and like movie kind of like fun.
I might have to revisit the Batman movie.
Yeah.
What do you think about the ones after, like the Bane one?
Still really liked it. Clearly not
right up to the same level.
It's not up. And I've actually had this conversation a couple times. One time with Choi, he made it's a great point too. It's like Bane was incredible. The movie almost lost its way where it should have like featured him more.
Right.
I think. And they sort of like did this like lots of different characters. And I think it gets a little lost.
Yeah. Bane was great.
Bane was sick,
I'm hoping like this new one, the new one's supposed to have the Riddler and the Penguin, right?
Yeah,
which are classic Batman.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. Is Bane even in the comic books?
I think he is. I think Bane is, like, but not a lot. I think he's in like one. I don't think he's as
Mr.
prominent.
Freeze.
Yeah.
Arnold.
Bro, I actually have seen, like, I went back and watched like Batman and Batman Returns.
Yeah.
And those are
Jim
fantastic. Carrey. Jim Carrey's actually one of my favorite of all and I know it's kind of a wild take, of all the like the people playing a Batman villain, I loved his Riddler. It also came out when I was in like also in a particular time in my life.
Were you into riddles?
I was
this guy, the Riddler. This guy is speaking to me.
What the direction I need to go in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was a time in my life when I was like, am I going to be a magician? I don't know. Like maybe Riddler's more. Yeah. It really like broke open that path for me. I was like, okay, I'll be a Riddler.
All right.
Now this next section. Wow.
10 to 14.
Wow. 10 to 15.
10 to 15.
Wow. It's not even close. Like I'm gonna start reading these, and your fucking nuts are gonna be blown in across the street into a guy's ass. Right? This is like crazy town, and honestly, this one was like very difficult, and I got into a very spirited debate with Cal, another film guy. People listening, but we were just like, it's like very difficult. But there is a lot that's like almost chalk. Chalk meaning like you almost know it has to be in there. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'll just read the
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Okay. Right. All right. The Conjuring.
Okay.
That was fucking with you. You didn't learn.
I didn't know. I was like, there have not been any horror movies,
Yeah.
right? Were there any horror movies on the previous list?
No, not yet.
All right.
Now, again, my favorite. I'm not a huge horror guy. You're not gonna not see me in a horror flick. I just watched Antlers at the theater. I'll catch a horror. All right.
What about M. Night Shyamalan's?
Love me some Shyamalan. I don't know that I've enjoyed a Shyamalan flick truly.
What
in
about
a
the
long
Village? Have you seen The Village?
I have to rewatch it. I just remember being like, well, she's that close to the highway. Go home. But
that was revealed at the end.
Yeah, so good luck, everyone.
My brain was blown out of the water.
That? Okay, so because I'll try it again. Again, if you like, I'll try stuff again.
I watch once again. I'm not a horror guy.
Yeah. Or just keep telling people.
And I had no. It was the first time I'd seen an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know that there was going to be a twist at the end. Like I just thought the whole time that we were in this village. Like I thought we were in the 1200s. And then once it happened, I was like, whoa, that is crazy. Like I had a big smile on my face. I was like, guys, did you what?
In M. Night Shyamalan, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I don't care which movie it is. There is always a certain glee for the twist.
Right.
Even if you love it, you do go, even you see Old, like I was talking to
Did you watch, I was just about to mention
yes.
Old.
You hate it, but you go, still give me the twist.
I thought it was terrible.
But you wanted to see it. You go, bring it. I do want to see it. I'm going to hate it, but let me see it.
But the twist sucked.
But that's what
the twist was terrible.
But that's what we love about it. We love that he is going to do that. And that you may get to pound him into the dirt because you didn't like it.
Should we make some M. Night Shyamalan parody videos?
Absolutely.
Where it's like a horror and then it's like, nope.
Yeah.
They're actually in an apartment.
Yep. Nope. Nope, it's not them. Oh, we still got to. We still got to do our doppelganger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God, we need to hit up.
Yeah,
Old
was the problem now. At least, just I don't know if people saw Old. We're getting tired, but like it was just that like the actual journey to get there isn't enjoyable. Like you can't just be like, oh.
And the revelation of how they get out. It was such a stupid way to get out.
Yeah, it was like you had to go through the.
You go through the coral.
Spoilers. You go through the coral, right? Yeah. I don't know. That one was like, I think I saw that in the theaters. That's how dedicated.
Yeah.
Look, Signs, don't get me wrong.
I saw when I had COVID, so it probably sucked. Signs is good?
Yep. Signs is fantastic. Unbreakable is very good.
See, I haven't seen Unbreakable.
I haven't watched Unbreakable in a long time.
I have seen Split, though.
Split was pretty good.
I was okay with Split.
Yeah. So I was okay. Hey, that's a good way to put it. I was okay with it. The Sixth Sense, though, I think is a masterpiece.
Did you see Glass?
I still think it's a masterpiece. Glass.
What do you think is a masterpiece?
Glass. Sixth Sense.
Is it? I watched
it's a
Bargatze's special, so I know how it ends. Is that going to ruin it for me, or should I still watch Sixth Sense?
Well, of course, with a Shyamalan movie, there's a certain amount that's ruined for you, right? Because you know,
and it's a good chunk.
Yeah. Because
imagine watching Old and knowing how it ends before you watch it.
No. Here's the thing, Bruce. You know what sucks about that getting that movie ruined is one thing that's so brilliant about that movie, which is that he actually plays on the fact that even though you see Bruce Willis get shot, as you get further away from that moment, you're not going to remember that happened.
Right.
And so it kind of takes it takes a lot of the air out of it if someone tells you that because then you don't even get to experience how like he fucked with your own psychology.
Yeah.
Knowing how like you're coming in. Now I still think like it's so well done. Like it's such a perfect twist and the acting, and it's actually terrifying. I'm sorry. If it wasn't scary, like he's like, I see dead people, but it was like cheesy and you were like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
It's thrilling. You're like, fuck, this kid's like seeing like this fucking, it's psychologically terrifying.
Yeah.
So it's done very, very, very well. I don't think there's anything like Signs at the end of the day may actually be a movie that like overall ends up being his like,
And that's like Cornfield.
yeah, tour de force, because the movie itself is like just it's all quite fantastic.
Yeah.
The ending is sort of good, but not. It's not the pop that's success.
Right. All right, let's get back. We're gonna go forever.
Yeah. So here's your next. Here's the 2010 to 2015. Just
The Conjuring. Okay, we got the
Diabolical.
first.
So it's The Social Network,
Ooh.
Inception, Silver Linings Playbook, Her, Whiplash, Birdman, Wolf of Wall Street, Zero Dark 30, Midnight in Paris, The Town.
Midnight in Paris was that late?
Yeah.
Is that the first one? Or third?
That's
Midnight in Paris is a totally different
yeah.
movie. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you're thinking Before Sunset.
Before, yeah.
All
This
right.
is
Woody Allen.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah, those are great movies. Midnight. Oh, actually, that's a good call. Those could be on this. Midnight in Paris, because I love those. The Town.
The Town.
Oh,
Yes.
Unbelievable. Place Beyond the Pines. Francis Ha. Incendies. Go check it out. Villanueva, 2049. Villanueva's first film. Incendies, Nightcrawler, and Drive. And I have to look at this. Okay, so I know my favorite, and you can go for it. This is insane, though, but I do know what my favorite is.
I'm torn between The Social Network and Inception.
Okay.
I think that might be your...
And I could read you the
Give me the 5.
okay.
Right?
So, yeah.
Is that what you were going to say?
Social Network,
Uh-huh.
Inception,
Yeah.
Her,
Uh-huh.
Birdman,
Uh-huh.
Wolf of Wall Street, Zero Dark 30, The Town,
How many is that? 7?
and Francis Ha.
Is that 8? How
It's
many
a
is
lot.
that?
It's a decent amount, but it's
Give
still
me 5.
So then, Social Network, Inception, Her, Wolf of Wall Street, Zero Dark 30.
I mean, it's got to be Inception or Social Network. And I'm gonna go with Inception. I think that's probably your favorite.
Give him a prize, folks.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. Wow, great get. Look at that.
I think it's because we've talked
Great
about
get. That's great.
the
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan movies so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
what leaned me into the.
Still, that's a good call. I mean, because listen, Her, Birdman, those are some of my favorite movies.
I mean,
ever.
Is there another movie that's like that well revered that's like biographical? You know what I mean? Like that's actually real or based off of a true story.
What a great question. I did just see this movie in the theater, Spencer. That's about Princess Diana. That was fantastic. But like,
Oh,
that's
with what's
just-
her name?
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
She was really great. Maybe Aviator, but like The Social Network's like unanimously revered.
Yeah.
Like it's entertaining as fuck. People love the acting. It's eminently rewatchable.
Right.
It tells a story that like was super influential to everyone and of our time. I mean, it may, and this is kind of insane, but it's kind of close. It may actually be, in some ways, the film of our generation.
Yeah.
It sort of the movie sort of talks in ways that are like of our generation.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Sorkin wrote it and he like leans into that.
I need to rewatch
Dude,
Wolf of Wall Street.
That's my pick for a movie that may age better than any of these other movies.
Yeah.
That movie's unbelievable. It's an absolute masterpiece. Every time I watch it, it only gets better. So that's another movie to look. I mean,
I don't even know if I've rewatched it.
oh my God. You have not watched it if you only watched it once. I watched it once.
What's this on? Is this on like an email or something like that? Can you
Yeah.
forward me all this when you get home?
Yeah, I'll send it. I'll shoot it over to you. And then there's the last. And also, I would recommend watching Incendies. This movie was incredible. I'd never seen it, and it was.
What about Francis? So Francis Ha, I haven't watched.
I
It's
love
good.
Francis. Yeah, but it's in.
Am I not going to like it?
You may not. You kind of like indie though. It's not too indie, but it's Greta Gerwig is an absolute monster. She's a phenomenal talent. She's the lead.
Have you watched Cafe Society?
You know, I haven't seen that. That's that Woody Allen, right?
I think so.
Yeah, with like Chalamet maybe, or maybe it's a different one.
No, I think it's earlier.
I just watched Scoop, a Woody Allen movie with Scarlett Johansson and Hugh Jackman, and it was fucking great.
It was good.
Yeah, really funny. I get a little weirded out now about like saying Woody Allen movies because I think like
what happened to him?
Like I think he like
what he married his like wife's daughter or something.
I'm pretty sure he like I should probably go figure out the exact.
Yeah, everyone always references Woody Allen and now like
yeah, because there's some
but I don't really know
documentary where it's like has come out now that something very bad happened and I don't know exactly what that is, so it makes me weird sometimes when I'm like
I've never like looked into it. All right, go ahead. All right, what are we at now?
2016 to 2021. And this one was like very easy.
This is the last era.
Yeah, this is up to now. This was chalk for me.
What do you mean chalk, good or bad?
Now, I just have an easy top 5, and I didn't make that long of a list. At least for me, it was pretty easy top 5. And then the number 1 is it's clear, but it's by a hair.
So I'm gonna get
tough.
2 out of 3.
You may get this. You may not get this. All right, so 2016, 2021. Here are your Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah.
Call Me by Your Name. Moonlight. Endgame. Arrival. Tenet.
I knew, yes. This is a Tenet podcast.
No, it's so funny because it came up in a reasonable way this time.
This is a Tenet podcast.
Tenet has come back into the podcast. And I fucking did it. I even put this down and laughed, going, I'm going to have to say this. Phantom Thread.
Okay.
And 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
All right, give it to me again. I'm going to try to guess the top 5 on this one, too.
Okay. Manchester by the Sea, Call Me by Your Name, Moonlight, Endgame, Arrival, Tenet, The Phantom Thread, and 3 billboards. Oh, also, Parasite.
Okay, so that's obviously not in the top 5. Unless he's
Brilliant
really
call.
unless he's really throwing a curveball at me. Also, Squid Game.
No, it has to be in there because it
was a fantastic movie.
Yes.
Is
it my favorite?
I think Manchester by the Sea is in your top 5. Bingo. Is that correct?
Yes.
What was number 5? The 5th on the list.
Arrival.
I think Arrival's in your top 5.
Bingo.
What were the next 2?
After what? Manchester?
After Arrival.
Tenet.
Tenet's in your top 5?
Nope.
No?
No.
All right, what was the one after Tenet?
Phantom Thread.
Yeah, Phantom Thread, I think I've heard you say is like, is it Phantom Thread in your top 5?
No.
Oh, boy.
You started off hot.
I started off with 1. So the other ones...
2. You got Manchester and Arrival.
Oh. The other ones, I don't know if I've like even watched Call Me by Your Name or Moonlight.
Yeah, Call Me by Your Name, Moonlight, and Endgame round out my top.
Yeah, I was going to say Endgame too because I've heard
Endgame's made $1 billion. It's the great biblical heroic story of our time. Like it's. I've talked about this another time with Troy too. It's the greatest scope of a movie.
You know, I
maybe of all
walked
time.
out on Endgame.
Yeah, I that's fine. You should go back. And
I went for an hour and a half, and there was no action.
You loved the other one though, right? The one before it.
If I'm seeing a superhero movie, I like action and grit. There was neither of those in Endgame. It was laughs.
Yeah, it's true.
It was like, and they had that one scene that every lame Avengers movie has where they all sit around this futuristic table.
Yep.
And they go through the plot that they're going to have. This is the plan. And all of a sudden, they all start finishing each other's sentences. Like,
Yep.
Like they now know, like Iron Man will be like, we got to go after this. And then the other person's like, well, if we go after that, then we do this. Yeah. And the other person's like, you're on. And then because we have to do that, we're do this. They lay out the whole plan.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they're all on the same page. Not one superhero's like,
what about this?
I guess maybe sometimes they do that. But then the other one laughs and goes, well, this is the answer to that.
Yes.
And there's too many jokes and stuff like that in Endgame. I don't like Batman.
Yeah.
No jokes.
Yeah, the ones or the which ones?
The Batman Begins, Dark
Begins
Knight.
Begins is funny. Begins is Dark Knight's less so. Begins is damn funny. Does it come in black? Right? Like Begins is great. Like he shows up and buys the hotel. You got to rewatch Begins, dude.
I'm gonna rewatch.
Begins is funny as shit.
Tonight.
Yeah. Okay. That's
How good is Arrival?
It's stunning. Arrival may be Villeneuve. Now I've gone through recently.
Have you rewatched?
Yes.
All right. I don't know if I've rewatched Arrival.
I rewatched Blade Runner 2049 in the past week. Wow. His movies get
I need to rewatch that
and
too.
better and better. And Arrival, Amy Adams, tremendous. It's a thrilling, it's a blockbuster that has grounded character story, which is very difficult to do. So that's in it. So that's my top 5. Manchester, Call Me By Your Name, Moonlight, Endgame, Arrival.
So I haven't seen Call Me By Your Name or...
Yeah, you got to watch.
Or Moonlight.
Call Me By Your Name is the best, most believable love story in maybe 20 years on film.
Huh.
So you got to go watch that. For anyone who likes a good love, like 95% of the time when you watch people fall in love on camp, like you always hear people, it's not believable. They barely know each other. Like there's not enough time to make it very believable.
Did I watch Call Me By Your Name?
That's Chalamet, Armie Hammer. Knockout. Do you want me to tell you my top one on this?
And Whiplash wasn't in...
Whiplash on the last one I didn't put in.
That wasn't in the top 5?
No, I sort of, because it was such a good category, I sort of put it as Whiplash is an incredible film. But I sort of look at that category like all the rest are transcendent.
All right, so give me the top 5 again, then I'll try to guess the winner.
Manchester by the Sea.
Right.
Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah.
Moonlight. End the Game. Arrival.
I mean, I like how you said that. You said that there's a clear winner. It's going to be obvious. You said,
yeah,
and then there's 2 movies which you say are like the best. You go with the best love story of our time.
Yep.
And then the best action movie of our time.
Yes.
But I don't think it's either of them. I think it might.
You're right. And also, Manchester by the Sea has the best acted scene.
I think it's probably Manchester by the Sea.
It's not.
It's Moonlight.
Yep. It's Moonlight.
I haven't seen Moonlight. I need to see
You
Moonlight.
have to watch. Again, a Moonlight won the Academy Award. I like the pacing of the film, the character. Moonlight is a perfect film. Moonlight's like Good Will Hunting. There's nothing wrong with Moonlight. Like Manchester by the Sea, I could maybe go, it's dark. I don't care about that. But people are like, and I'm nitpicking right now. It's a little dark.
No happy ending.
You know, right. Call Me By Your Name. Okay. Call Me by Your Name is actually in the top 2. Like that actually like in Moonlight or like woo 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 woo. I didn't even really know. I was like, Endgame. It's a superhero movie, so people kind of okay, maybe not. Arrival may not be Villeneuve's best film even. Moonlight is Mahershala Ali, all time in the film, coming out party. I mean, I guess he was already pretty big, but like that launched him. And then it's a film that truly breaks the mold in terms of pacing. So the film covers like 30 years in 2 acts, right? And then the third act is one scene. Just the end of the film is a long
What
scene.
movie is this?
Moonlight.
All right, well, let's not ruin it too much.
I'll let you go. I'll shoot this.
What's the best movie of 2021?
Is that this year?
Yeah.
This year.
Is Tenet this year?
No, I think Tenet's last year. Tenet's in there, by the way. 3 Billboards in there. Parasite's in there. I think this year right now it's like probably Dune. Dune's out in front. French Dispatch was great. Spencer was great.
French Dispatch?
Yeah, the new Wes Anderson film.
It's out?
Yeah.
Only in theaters?
Yeah, I think only in theaters. I don't know, actually. Yeah, Pig. Pig was really good this year with Nick Cage.
I gave my brother, I go, you want a movie? And he's like, I go, Pig.
Yeah, Pig was fantastic.
And he goes, really? With Nick? I go, dude, Pig.
Dude.
And he called me up and he's like, dude, Pig.
You could say some people, Stillwater with Matt Damon was quite good. I thought it was quite good. Yeah, it was a long...
Stillwater sucked. It sucked so hard.
That's literally the worst movie because there's 0 action in that.
Stillwater sucked. So not even any character development. There's nothing.
No, come on. You think there was a little character development?
There's no one made any progress in Stillwater.
That's funny. Yeah, I would go. It's got to be. It's got to be Dune. It'll.
You think Dune? You think Matrix will maybe get something?
Matrix could definitely unseat it.
What are the other bits? Something's coming out like Thanksgiving.
Don't Look Up is coming out with Leo and the gang. That who did Vice? Adam McKay film. Comedy.
Something's coming out Thanksgiving. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of other Oscar. Belfast has come out. My brother saw it. I think he kind of liked it. I haven't seen it. I'll tell you what, Spencer.
I think Tenet's 2021. No, because
you're losing your mind. No, Tenet was
this is a Tenet podcast.
Tenet was last year.
We are backwards.
It was definitely the film of the year.
Because
that year.
Because I think I remember us being like Tenet's not an Oscar nomination.
Yeah,
I think
it was horse manure. It was real horse manure.
All right.
Yeah. I can't remember what else. What else came out this year?
Well, it was all those HBO movies that like were coming out at the same time, or was that the same time in theaters because they're like, we might be in lockdown.
Yeah, like a Soderbergh movie came out that people liked that I did not really get to dive into as much. I'll tell you what, PTA's got that movie coming out, Licorice Pizza.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
That looks damn good. That looks like Boogie Night. Like that's got that feel again for him. Like that's a movie that may be your leader in the club. Like that's a real one to watch out for this year. Because Dune,
is PTA like Oscar winner type guy or no?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think There Will Be Blood won. Did it? I think There Will Be Blood won. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Yeah.
It was definitely up. Phantom Thread was up for it. Yeah. Phantom Thread is I have to rewatch that movie, but that's an unbelievable movie. That's Paul Thomas Anderson's like romance, like it's about relationships, like a romance film. His rom-com. It's actually quite funny in places.
There's too much stuff that I got to watch, man.
Yeah,
this is bad. I'm so behind.
You don't have to watch all this unless you actually want to watch.
I got to work on my game, man.
Yeah. You've been working on your game.
I've been working on the game.
Been working on your game hard. And then add entry, add bailing. Soon Matt Hardy as
Bailing.
The depressed, wary cross-country surfer story will be an entry eventually, you know. That's going to be a process though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oscar, I told you guys, like, you guys submit to the Oscars. No one submits shit to the Oscars.
Yeah, no, I'm submitting.
All right, we good?
Yeah. All right, gang. Adios.